Hello, this is Eric of NotBio Studio, and today I'm testing the Sennheiser MKH50, and we're going to see what to do and what not to do if you want to use this outside, including real-world testing. We've seen a lot of people in their studio blowing on the microphone and doing different tests, but how about outside? Right now we're using this outside. This is the microphone. Now let's see what happens if we don't change to having a firm off. By the way, this is the Rode WS12, and it's very, very tight with this microphone. I wish there was a better firm off, but a better firm off. Yes, there is a better one, but this is proof of concept. I'll be showing the better one that is much, much more expensive in the future review, full review of this microphone in the studio, out of the studio. And right now the audio you're hearing is connected to my Vocaster directly to my digital camera. How am I coming through? Now let's continue on. Now let's switch back to the foam muff right now that comes with this and see how bad this is otherwise. And then of course we'll do some other testing, including having it mounted rather than hand holding this thing. So this is how we come through with the foam muff that's included with this. We probably are getting quite a bit of wind noise. This thing does plosive very easy when talking up close if you're not using a firm muff. And of course that firm muff does work, and that's why we're making a video of using this outside, because who does that? Me, Eric of NotBio Studio. Now let's get started. Check out my previous video, the unboxing, where I actually do an initial test as well as an unboxing showing all the included devices, including going through a bunch of the specifications. And this video is the review of actual real world testing. Now, not many people show this outside because it's considered a, and I quote, a studio mic. Let's forget about limitations and see what we can really do. Right now you see the little fur thing, and we can see the Zoom F3 connected right there. Firm off to see how this works. This particular one is very snug. I originally purchased it for my SE Electronics SE8 microphone, which is a little bit thinner diameter and would have fit perfectly on, and this one is very, very snug. Let's hear, we can hear, if we can hear nature. Do we hear the wind? It is somewhat windy outside today. Let's see if we can look down this here so we can see that. There are switches right here. It's really windy outside right now, so this should be great for finding if we hear wind noise through those switches on the outside environment, because wind might sneak through that. Now you may have noticed that, of course, I showed about the tape on, tape off, and about air going through. There's a way to solve this for the most part without doing any modification to the device. We have a shock mount. Watch what happens when I blow on them. Watch what happens when I move the shock mount. Almost all the air noise is gone just by moving the shock mount over the switches. Here's our first test, real world test, to see the noise rejection. So right now we're facing towards the sound. You can see a little sprinkler. Let's turn around. And now let's find some traffic. One question might be, can you do interviews with this microphone? Well, probably sure. I don't see why not, if you are holding it snug and not moving your hand around. And right now we got some traffic. We got noise there. I just moved the microphone towards it just temporarily. Back to me again. And let's go back to the traffic. And then back to me. And one thing we'll probably hear a lot of is handling noise if I move my hand around. So let's check this out. Another piece of noise we probably could hear is if I lower this camera so we can see what I'm doing. Right now, I probably can see that tripod arm, and watch what happens, or listen to what happens when I bump. Probably can hear that right through, despite it being really quiet. Point is, shock mount, very important. One thing I found is, despite having the shock mount covering the switches, I could still get some wind noise, so I did apply tape back on there. It's not like you'd actually hear the wind noise really much at all unless it's extremely windy. Now what I want to do is try the switches in the outside real world in terms of low cut and see if it makes a difference in tone, especially tone of my voice, which I'm expecting. And there's a bird that keeps on making some chirping noise that's driving me a bit crazy. Either way, let's do that switch. We now have low cut turned on. Am I coming through any different? Is my tone any different? Is the sound outside any different? We are in the same sort of area. Let's listen to the sounds. Let's go a little away from the drain so we get a little less of that noise, but more nature. I'm going to go down. Okay, so let's establish myself right here and have a listen to the sound around us. Low cut is now off. So is the tone any different? Is the sound around me any different? I have not a clue, but we'll both find out on playback. This is my outside test of the Sennheiser MKH50. How am I coming through? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Not Bio Studio. Ask your questions below so I can actually add that to a full review of this microphone. Thanks for watching and have yourselves a most wonderful day. If I want to dream my life away, if I want to dream another day, dream my life away. Ooh, yeah.